right now there's all these sales going on and I feel like I don't want for anything. Why don't I try to buy from independent artists? I went on a crazy hunt and purchased about 10 different square toe shoes, and you know, really good there. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And I'm in the Great Lakes state. I did not want to spend that much. I was feeling like the weight of these decisions. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my June finds. So year of 5 finds, what have I purchased in the month of June? It's mid-July right now, and so I feel like as soon as I'm done recording this, I could probably also record what I found in the month of July, because I think I'm almost wrapped up with all of my finds for this month as well. This month was really good. I have 5, actually 6 things to show you, which I'll get to why there's 6 in a minute. And a lot of it is sort of accessory based and / novelty based in a way. Which is good for me because if you've been following me throughout this year of 5 finds, I haven't purchased very many accessories, and I feel like part of that is because you know, when you're looking and you're editing yourself to only buying 5 items or however many items a month, like if you're weighing out an earring versus a dress, sometimes the dress seems more desirable or more interesting, and so I feel like I've not been buying a lot of accessories this year sort of because of that. Also, now that I'm midway through the year, I plan on doing sort of a midpoint check-in video of how the process is going so far now that I'm halfway through the year, what new epiphanies I've had. I know I did a video like this a couple months into this because the first few months of this were really rough. They felt really difficult. I felt like I was returning a lot of things. I didn't know if I should buy something or not. Do I buy things on impulse? And it just, like, purchasing for the first couple of months felt really difficult. Well, now that I'm 6 months in, I feel like I have a really good handle on what I buy. I'm feeling way more better about even just the 5 things feels a lot more comfortable. Currently, the Nordstrom anniversary sale is going on, Amazon Prime days are going on, and then after just seeing on my Instagram people talking about some crazy like Black Friday in summer sale at Macy's, and there's like a Target sale and crazy old Navy sale. There's so many sales I can't keep them straight, and you might think that I would be in like a, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because a couple months ago I felt like that, like, oh gosh, summer, the seasons are changing, how am I only gonna buy 5 things? I was feeling like the weight of these decisions. But right now there's all these sales going on, and I feel like I don't want for anything. I'm sticking to my list of things that I have. Not that I'm buying everything based off of the list that I've been keeping in the notes of my phone all year, but I'm like, maybe I'll buy a few things during the sale, Nordstrom sale, maybe I won't. I don't really feel pressured by it. I don't feel any type of anxiety about it, which I know that this sounds so stupid, but I think, you know, when you're someone who's used to shopping a lot, that could feel like a rough moment. Like, oh, there's this huge sale, everybody's shopping. I really don't feel any of that. And so anyways, I want to have like a midway check-in point soon where I talk about some of the things that I've realized, and then how I kind of want to, how I've done the first half of the year, which I think has been mainly me getting used to only buying 5 things a month and getting used to slowing down my shopping. I would really say that it's taken 6 months to feel comfortable buying only 5 things a month. And so now that I feel like I have a handle on that, like, how do I want to continue the rest of this year, the last 6 months of this year? What do I want to focus on? And I do have some things that I want to focus on. So I will cover that soon in a video. But before I show you my 5 things, I want to tell you why I have 6 things this month. So if you saw the beginning of the year, I talked about in my year of 5 finds, like, I don't know what it was a preview or it was like the rules. I was sort of setting myself up for the year, why I'm doing this, yada yada. I talked a little bit about the rules. Well, I talked a lot about the rules, and why I chose 5 things and why not a budget and all of that. But within the 5 things, I said, okay, I'm gonna give myself 5 freebies throughout the year if there is something where I'm on vacation and I see something that I wanna buy, or I go to a concert and I wanna buy like a concert t-shirt, or just like an unexpected purchase or something that I needed for a trip, or like hiking boots, or, you know, sort of like unforeseen things. Like I was gonna be in a wedding, which I'm not, but if I was gonna be in a wedding, I need to buy a wedding, like a dress or something for it. So I wanted to be able to give myself sort of 5 freebies, if you will. I haven't used any of those so far. And over the last couple of months, I've had the great opportunity to get a few things gifted to me from different brands or whatnot, which I know is something that sort of happens once you become sort of established on Instagram or YouTube. I haven't really received a lot of free things in the last, I don't know, how long have I been doing this? 2.5 years or so. A few things beauty-wise, but never really anything clothing-wise that I've been interested in. However, this year I've been contacted by a few brands. And at first I was like, oh my God. I mean, of course, a lot of the times I say no to things. So I'm like, it's not really a good fit for me. But then I started saying yes to a few things this month and last month. And then I realized like, oh, wait a second. I still want to be only taking in and consuming 5 clothing, fashion related items a month. So I figured, you know what, I haven't used any of those 5 freebies yet. I'm going to use them where I see fit for the rest of the year, only 5. If I go over, you know, my 5 for the month, but I have 1 free thing that someone has gifted to me, I will include it. I want to be very transparent about if I receive something for free, what it is that I received and why it is that I'm choosing to receive it. And I think this month you'll be like, yes, that is totally you. And I don't want to just be like saying yes to everything free. So in one case, I had a brand reach out to me and say, we just want to send you a bunch of dresses for you to try. And I was like, well, that would really be breaking what I'm doing this year. And so I can't do that. But how about I select one thing, or you send me a handful of things and I'll send back everything that I don't want and keep one that I do. And so brands are probably like, we're never going to talk to this girl again, and they probably think I'm strange. But in some cases, a few of these brands have been people that I'm friends with, so it's been very easy for me to, they know what I'm doing. So this month, I had a friend reach out to me who owns a great online boutique, and then I have a friend, which is for July, who gave me some beautiful earrings that you might have seen that have cherries on them. I posted them already on my Instagram, but that will be for the month of July. But anyways, okay, so that sort of explains why I have 6 this month, why I might have 6 next month, and throughout the rest of the year, one of my 5 things might be free, and I include it within my 5 things of the month, but if I have an extra, it will be because I'm taking one of my 5 freebies, and so this month I'm using one of those freebies. So I want to be completely transparent and keep myself on track with what I promised myself in the beginning of the year. So, okay, here we go. The first thing you might have already seen if you watched my last video, which was come thrifting with us, my girlfriend Kherington and I. We have been thrifting 3 times so far at Goodwill. We will continue doing this in the fall as well. Kherington is great at thrifting, and so she's been teaching me the ropes a little bit. I used to thrift a long time ago, but I haven't really thrifted since I lived in Grand Rapids until I went with her. And so it's been great to just get back into it, especially with some of the goals that I have this year for shopping more consciously and responsibly and sustainably, and there's no better way than to thrift. And so if you saw the last video, I found this beautiful beaded bag at Goodwill for $3.99. I couldn't even believe it. What is this? Oh my gosh. This is so cute. This beautiful beaded bag is wooden beads. You know, it's pretty cheap on the inside in terms of like the lining. It's nothing super fancy by any means, but I love it so much. I actually have a black beaded bag from Zara that I purchased last year. It's more square, but it's very, very heavy, and actually it's so heavy, in fact, that the lining and the zipper has already broken away from the beads on that Zara bag, and so I'm happy to have this one. I've used it once, and I realized that I used it with the $3.99 tag in it still, so, you know, really good there. But yeah, I love this. I think that the texture that it adds to outfits is so great, and this was such a crazy good find, because this is something that like you could find at Zara, at Mango, and other stores, all of those places right now. And so I couldn't believe that I found it. I was literally in shock and so excited to have this. Okay, the next thing, I usually try to do this in order of like how I find them or when I find them, although I'm sure that doesn't matter to you, but honestly, I feel like I've had these things for so long now that I don't know what the order was. So I've mentioned a couple of times this year the influence of my friend Aelsa, who I'm friends with on Instagram. She is under the handle Happy Go Curly. She is a huge fan of J. Crew, and so she shops at J. Crew a lot, and thank goodness, because she was able to show me when this bad boy arrived in stock. Now, if you're not familiar, because I am in Michigan, I am in the Great Lakes state, all 5 of these are the Great Lakes. And she texted me and was like, have you seen this? You need this. I bought it instantly. I was so excited. It's actually like a light lavender color, so I can't tell if, I feel like online it looked like it was maybe blush pink. It's sort of like a light lavender with the red print. I have this one in a medium. I know that it went out of stock quite early on when I posted about it on Instagram. So many people were interested in getting this. So many people that I know do have this and got this not because of me, like they saw it and was so excited about it. But a few people have told me that it's restocked recently. So I don't know, maybe keep an eye out. Someone at J. Crew, I have a feeling, in J. Crew Design, is from the Midwest, I have a feeling, so that's pretty cool. This is great. I'm happy to have it. I don't own many graphic tees. I know when I did my big declutter last year, I got rid of a couple graphic tees. I was like, I only really want to keep 2 or 3, and so this is one that I've added back in, and I'm happy to do so because it has great meaning. Okay, the last clothing item that I have, well, that was 1, this is 2, the other 3 will all be accessories, is a beautiful dress, and this is what was gifted to me. I've talked before about the brand Cloth and Cabin. My friend Meredith is part owner. She is on the cloth side, which is clothing related, and then there's Cabin, which is the home side of their business. Is a great online boutique. I talked before, I think it was 2 years ago, 2017, one of my favorite items. I did my top finds of the year was a horn necklace. Still wear it, still love that necklace. So that is from Cloth and Cabin. They had this beautiful linen cotton blend dress that is a button front dress. It's like a fit and flare style. I love it so much. It has this like nice tulip sleeve right here. This is fresh out of the wash and dryer. I dried it. It dried up nicely. I would say that really just right here where this little tulip hem, I could probably take the iron to that little part right there. But for the most part, it washed and dried very nicely. They did this in collaboration with Carla Reed, who I've talked about before. I follow her on Instagram. We've become friendly on Instagram. I enjoy following her. I have really liked it so much. I styled it up on my Instagram. I believe it's still saved in my highlights. And you can see it in Carla's highlights too if you want to know more about the dress or how she styled it. It has these great wooden buttons, these great big pockets here. It's just a really flattering shape for me. I've talked before about how I'm smaller around my waist and then I have more like butt and hips. And so I really love a fit and flare style, fits my body shape the nicest. And I show it in my highlights where I've styled it up a bunch of different ways, but I also have worn it like open over a bathing suit, which I really liked as well. And I wore this over 4th of July. With the cherry earrings from Leland Gal. That will be one of my next month's finds, but I'll show a picture of it here because it's just so fun. I wore that together for 4th of July a couple weeks ago. But this is such an easy dress to wear. It's such an easy blank palette almost that you can just wear this and go and be good. Or it's a fun dress to be able to layer a little bit underneath because of the buttons and whatnot. So this is a great piece, and so thank you again, Meredith from Cloth and Cabin. It's also lined underneath here, so the inside is lined but not up top. It's not see-through at all. It's just a great dress that I'm happy to have had this summer. Okay, so next is a pair of earrings. I had mentioned a while ago on Instagram that I sort of wanted to find some unique independent artists and whatnot, so that if I was buying jewelry, there are so many makers, especially on Etsy and whatnot, and just on Instagram, that I'm like, why don't I try to buy from independent artists instead of Zara and all of that. Zara and Mango are some of my favorite places to buy earrings, but I have not bought any earrings from there. I don't think so this year. I don't think I've bought any from there this year. And so it's a great switch up for me. Although these ones are from Anthropologie that I bought a couple months ago and I really do like these. But I believe someone sent me this gal, and I don't know who it was that sent it to me, and I don't even know how to say the name of this brand, but I will put it up here. They are beautiful clay earrings, and I believe these came in white and also like a citron yellowish green. These are sort of a neon orange, but you know I love wearing orange red lipstick a lot. I should actually be wearing these right now, but I feel like they're kind of fun with my lipstick. I'm not wearing orange right now. But these are a clay earring, and I've been seeing that a lot on Instagram recently. A lot of people that I've been following make clay earrings, and they're super lightweight. If you've ever bought like air clay, I know I've bought that before. I think that's what it's called, like for your kids to play with or to mold. It's sort of like that, except it is, I feel like if I really wanted to force it, I could bend it. Of course, I'm not going to try to do that. So it is a little bit delicate in that way, that if you like set other earrings on it, it might compromise like the integrity of the shape and the flatness and smoothness of the earring. But in any case, these are really fun and I really like them. And I also bought a pair of these for my friend Jamie as well, because she has been known to buy me a couple of great earrings that I have. And so when I was buying these, I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy these for my friend too. So I like these a lot, and they are very fun for summer, bright, punchy, exactly what I like. And I have a bathing suit that matches these from J. Crew it's very, very old, but it matches my bathing suit exactly. And it also matches the next thing that I have to show you. So I was on quite an epic hunt, I would say, on Instagram for a flat square toe sandal. Now, I had originally taken inspiration from both the Anna Edit and Karen Britchick. They have this beautiful flat pair of shoes from, I don't know if it's Loke or LOQ. I've heard two different people from London, one of them being Anna, Anna calls it Loke. And Emma Hill, she doesn't have these exact shoes, but she has a pair of shoes from this brand, calls it LOQ. So I'm not quite sure how to say it. But in any case, I don't have those shoes. Those shoes are $350. I did not want to spend that much. So instead, I went on a crazy hunt and purchased about 10 different square toe shoes, shared it all on Instagram. I will post a few here that I went through. A lot of them just weren't very comfortable or didn't fit my foot shape right or just wasn't overall what I was looking for. Anyways, this has nothing to do at all with the look of the original shoe that I had inspiration from, but I ended up absolutely loving these. These are from the wrong side. These are from Dolce Vita. Again, see, they totally match my earrings. And I wear a lot of orange red, so this is actually perfect for me. And the reason that I came about this is because I think I kept seeing, I don't know what website it was that I was looking, it might have been Nordstrom, it was a bigger shoe website. I kept noticing that Dolce Vita had a lot of square toe shoes, and so I was like, well, I'm just going to cut out the middleman, I'm going straight to Dolce Vita's website. And that's what I did. And so they have these shoes in a lot of different colors. So they're just flat. They have a little bit of this, like, it's not real wood, but it's a little bit of a heel right there. What I really love about this shoe is that it's very minimal on this side. And there's just like the toe, big toe loop right there. But then over here, there's a little bit more support on the foot. And then this actually stretches, it's elastic, so that it's really comfortable. Right from the get-go, I did not need any band-aids or blister. Like, I didn't have to worry about any of that. Like, they were good to go right from the start. I love them because they're just so easy to slip on and they are comfortable. And for me, oddly, I have found that they go with quite a lot that I have, which might be not very shocking because orangish red is my favorite. Sort of like a faux croc right here, which I wasn't sure if I would like. I don't really typically like animal print anything, but I really liked it because I just feel like it provides a little bit of a texture to the shoe and gives it like depth and interest. What I loved about this was that this was really super square. I was finding that some of those shoes that I was trying were a little bit like rounded square and not exactly square, and I wanted this to be like super modern and geometric, which to me was like really being squared off here and here, and so that's what I really love, is that it's really angular. This shoe right here, again, and actually I say that I saw this on Dolce Vita's website, but I ended up buying it off of DSW's website because I had a coupon for like $15 off, I think. I think these were originally about $80. But they have this on DSW's website. They only have this in 3 colors, and I think it might be like black and brown, maybe. I'm not sure in this color. But if you want a bigger selection, they have a beautiful light blue, but they also have a brown, which really looks very rich, and with the croc it looks very nice. I've gotten so much use out of it in the month that I've already owned it. This might end up being like one of my favorite purchases of the year. I don't know. We'll have to see at the end of the year when I do that roundup. Okay, and my final find of the month of June is yet another pair of shoes. I'm glad because I feel like I haven't bought that many shoes. So this was good for me. This is actually from J. Crew as well. I follow Studio McGee, who is Shay McGee is an interior designer. They have an amazing blog and Instagram. I love following her for style stuff, not just for home stuff. She always has a very specific taste. Her style is very similar to mine, and I really trust her recommendations and can always sort of trust her style. And so from time to time, I'm like, what's Shay been liking recently? And I'll check up on her. And like, I know her, I'll check up on her. I'll stalk her from afar is basically what I do. But she has, within their home blog, she has something called the Sunday 7. She posts 7 things on Sundays, and normally 1 or 2 of them are like fashion based and filled with, you know, her favorite fashion finds at the moment. And not this exact shoe. I got a different colorway than her, but this was one of the shoes. And I have bought a couple of things off of her recommendations before. One of them being the Asola shoes last year that became one of my favorite things. I remember I bought them in light gray. I love them. She had them in like a light brown. So very much the same situation here, where she bought these in a different colorway that's like a black, brown, and cream, I feel like, which probably is a little bit more versatile, but they didn't have my size. But I was like, oh, I didn't know that there was this color, which is like a red, white, and blue in a way. So very patriotic. I did not wear them on 4th of July, which was a missed opportunity, I'm now realizing. I just really like this shoe. And so when I bought it and tried it on at home, it's kind of like a woven leather. I was like, you know what? Am I gonna get a lot of use out of this? Because this is very summery to where it's white. It's red, white, and blue. Is this even gonna translate into fall very well? It probably won't. And so I thought that maybe this colorway was not as practical as the other one that she has that was not available in my size. I have this in an 8, runs true to size for me. But when I slipped them on, if you're familiar with slingbacks, sometimes they can be uncomfortable. Actually, most of the time slingbacks can be uncomfortable. This part never stays, or it can give you like rub and give you a blister. I tried these on, and they're quite cushioned a little bit right here in the sole, which is nice. As soon as I put these on, I was like, oh, I don't want to take these off. They are so comfortable. And so even though part of me is like, number 1, are they versatile outside of spring and summer? And 2, the main month of summer that I could wear these, am I going to want to wear a closed-toe shoe because it's so hot here in the Midwest in the summer? It feels a little impractical that way, but listen, I love these. They are beautifully made, and they are so comfortable. And there has been quite a few times when I've like gone out the door and I have jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm just like, I need to throw something on, but I don't know what shoe to put on. This like instantly pulls it together, and I'm like, ta-da! I look polished. So I really liked these. I highly recommend them. I think the colorway that she has them in that black, tan, and white, is even more practical, and I think even more like versatile and beautiful. But I love these ones too. I love these a lot. So anyhow, those are all my finds for the month. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a little midpoint check-in with how I'm doing, how it's going, and what I plan to focus on within the last 6 months of the year, because I definitely have some goals for myself of what I want to focus in on a little bit within my 5 things. So that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again in another video real soon. Bye.